Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is financial crash coming soon. I started to say financial crash imminent. I'm not even going to go into a lot of reasons why I say imminent today, but I do plan to continue to finish what I was talking about yesterday about the Trump effect, because some things he's doing, while we think they're good, they could be very, very bad when the devil starts fighting against them. I want to remind you that Joseph's Kitchen still has site-wide free shipping. I don't think they've ever done this, but this is a really big discount on everything. Right now, everything there, you can get free shipping on it. And since a lot of the things that they ship, the wheat and all that sort of stuff, are really heavy. I mean, a lot of times they come on pallets. So to get free shipping, that's a big deal. Joseph's, with an S, kitchen.com. Also, if you watched the program yesterday, I interviewed Jonathan Rose, and he's with Genesis Gold Group or prophecyclubgold.com. Get a hold of him, 800-200-GOLD. Also, if you want some prepper bars, there's the phone number. And if you want to, now for the first time, if you have crypto and you want to put that into an IRA, for the first time, they've just set it up, you can call these guys, or actually you go to the website, blocktruστira.com, blocktruστira.com, and it'll tell you all about it. If you don't even understand crypto, he says that place will help you to understand it. So yesterday, as in Thursday, President Trump talked to Davos, Switzerland, however you say it. Now I want to talk about this a second, because this is really important. First of all, who are these people at the World Economic Forum? Now, I'm about to say something I believe to be true, but I can't prove it. And, of course, that's the way it is with a lot of things of the devil. We know and hear it's true, but because they do things behind the curtains, under the table, and behind the back, sometimes it's very, very difficult to catch their hand in the cookie jar. Very difficult to catch them doing anything wrong. Well, in the case of World Economic Forum, and there have been people out there that have researched these people extensively, but I personally believe that this is part of the group, not all of the group, part of the group of the people that killed presidents. Now, I can't prove that these people or the organization behind them are the one that's trying to kill Trump, but it's the same spirit. Let me put it this way. Okay, so what did he do? I would encourage you to go to YouTube and type in Trump Davos speech, and it'll pop up. It's about 50 minutes long. I watched the whole thing, and I was shocked. I think I caught my mouth dropping open. I know there were several times that I said, wow, because he said some of the kind of the things that I would say if I was there. And I was shocked to see him saying that, because these are the people that want to bring in world government. Maybe I shouldn't say people. They represent the organization or the spirit behind the people want to bring in world government, want to bring in the Antichrist, the mark of the beast. These are the people behind DEI, transgender. I mean, most of the evil going on in the world, here it is, right here. This is them. And he got, I'm sorry it's hard, because, I mean, I was rejoicing, but I thought, you know what, Trump, you're going to get yourself killed. And I said this to Leslie, I think I said it to her twice. As he was talking, I said, you know what, these people, maybe not these people, but this organization or the spirit behind them has been working since at least the end of World War II. And this guy, in the next few years, is about to destroy 80 years of work. They have slowly, methodically, well-planned, and entrenched themselves in just about every aspect of our lives to control our lives. And he is coming in like a bull in a china closet, literally. He's coming in like a wrecking ball into a glass shop. and he is tearing up everything that they have worked 80 years for. When I said 80 years, Leslie said, "Are you sure it's just the last 80 years?" I said, "Well, if with truth be known, it's probably going back to the days of Moses and the pyramids, and this is the spirit. This, and I keep wanting to say to people because it's the same organization, and they hand it down from generation, and their fathers, their grandfathers, and their grandfathers before them have desired to have world government. These are the people that kill presidents. These are the kind of people that own and control people like the Federal Reserve, and I'm about to talk about that. If I get to it. Maybe I have to do it in this program. He is upsetting the people that rule the world. He is upsetting the international bankers. He is wrecking their party. And these are the people that sit there smug, thinking that they rule the world, and all of a sudden now, one that they tried to assassinate at least twice, truth to be known, it's probably more like 14 times. They tried to take him out with lawfare. They tried everything they could to stop him and could not stop him. And now he's basically ruling the world. He's in the top position in the world, and he's coming in and he is telling them in this speech, he tells them outright. Maybe I should even go through the speech and list all of the things that he said, just boom, 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 killing and destroying everything that they have done. Now, what does that mean? Let's talk about it a little bit. This is, I'm rejoicing, but I'm a little scared for him. This is his latest executive order. And essentially what this is saying is it's stopping the use of CBDCs in America. What's a CBDC? Well, right now there is a group, we'll call them the white hats, the good guys, that are working to bring in a digital system. Initially it'll be, so I'm told, it'll be paper coins, but eventually it's going to have to go to digital. Everything's going to have to go to digital, okay? And these are the people that want to remove. I know how this is going to sound, okay? I know it's going to make me sound like a kook. And it's going to make me sound like I lose credibility, like I don't know what I'm talking about, and you're crazy. And it comes from the same idea of massive arrests, which was an audible voice I heard. These are the guys, the white hats, are about to do away with the Federal Reserve. I know how that sounds. Do away with the IRS. I know how that sounds. Do away with the all-capital United States of America, to remove that and bring us back under the Constitution. There are people that say, and probably are correct, that we're not even under the Constitution right now and haven't been so since 1871 or something like that. This is the executive order. I'll read part of it. It is therefore the policy of my administration to support the reasonable growth and use of digital assets, blockchain technology, that's things like Bitcoin. Then you skip on down several paragraphs and it says, I'm taking measures to protect Americans from the risks of the central bank digital currencies. What did he just do? He just shot the Federal Reserve between the eyes. This is exactly what JFK was trying to do, trying to bring in a silver certificate and go around the Federal Reserve. Donald Trump just did it. He just did it. This one thing kills the Federal Reserve moving forward into the new digital world. Boom, they're gone. They're not gone yet, but you watch. This this is really important. And I'm sorry. There's very few people that are going to understand what I'm about to say. Only the prophecy students. Only the people that understand where we're really going here. This is probably the beginning of the fall of the dollar. Donald Trump does not control that. He can control going around the Federal Reserve and the whole world banking dollar system that we have right now. That's exactly what he's doing. So what this really is saying is, count on it. The dollar is going bye-bye. Reminds me of like in the movie I just recently watched, The Matrix. He says, you take that pill, that red pill, and you go, this world is going bye-bye, okay? If you understand what this is doing, the dollar, the Federal Reserve, the world global financial system based upon the dollar is going bye-bye. That's what this is doing. It's gone. Let me continue reading. To protect Americans from the risks of the CBDC, which threaten the stability of the financial system, individual privacy is skipping down, prohibiting the establishment, issuance, circulation, and use of the CBDC within the jurisdiction of the United States. Okay, what's the jurisdiction mean? It's not just the lower 48, it's not just the 50, it's any place the dollar is used. Boom. He just killed it. It gets worse. Good for us. But again, you have to understand, Donald Trump is not in charge of everything. That's the reason I said this is the battle between light and darkness. This is the battle between those trying to do right and those trying to destroy the world. Okay, let's go on. Stunning developments in Ukraine. This is also confirming it. About 4:50 p.m. Eastern today, which is January 23rd in this article, I received flash information reporting that the Pentagon had fired, suspended, and or transferred all of the people handling Ukraine. Good. Good. Let's go on. In the past, when the United States has shipped massive weapons shipments into Ukraine, those shipments were sent to NATO bases in various places. I'll let you read it. In order to lawfully transfer it, you got to do it right through visas or transit permits. He says, today, I can confirm the United States has withdrawn all applications for the transit of goods heading to Ukraine. Now, what does that mean? He's shutting down the support of Ukraine. He's turning off the Federal Reserve. There's more. Let me go on to the next one. So he fired all of the people in Pentagon had to do with Ukraine. There's more. He has also hired 1,300 new staff Wednesday, a couple of days ago. I'm recording this on a Friday. He's also terminating many, if not most, of the Biden staff. He is probably replacing them. I mean, all this good news, but you have to understand, the devil is not without power. There is a devil, and he is in charge of most of the world. I mean, when Adam and Eve ate of the fruit, they lost ownership of the world, and it was given to Lucifer. Okay, so he is the prince of the power of the air. He is ruler of this world, until such time as an angel came down and the devil is released. The kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord, his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever, which happens in the seventh trumpet. Now, let me go on. Let's talk about Panama Canal and Greenland. I'm about to show you that what Trump is doing is not just making the world bankers angry. Remember, I was told in the dream, regardless of who makes the bomb or who plants the bomb, people behind the suitcase nukes would be international bankers. Boom. That's who he's making angry here. Now, I'm happy to see him making them angry, but you better understand that the battle is about to come to our front door. I'm talking about my door, your door. We're all about to see this. So let's talk about Panama and Greenland for a minute. And I'm going to say it this way. So I spent 6 years selling heat and smoke detectors door to door. I mean, literally, I was knocking on residential doors. Then after that, I taught sales courses, management courses, and public speaking courses for 13 years. And in the process, I remember one day I was in, I believe it was Manhattan, Kansas, and I was filling a sales course. And I called on a used car lot because I would go in. These used car salesmen think they're really good salespeople, and they think they really know sales. That is, until someone that teaches sales training comes along, and my job was to quickly help them to discover that they don't know what they're doing. So became friends with one that owned a little small park or a car lot. And he explained to me, he says, now people, when they bring a used car onto my lot, this is going to relate to Trump just a second, help you to understand it real big. They want $20,000, let's say, for their used car. I can't give them $20,000. We're not going to be able to make the deal. I mean, I would be closed pretty quickly because we're not making any money around here. He said, I want to do the deal, but I can't give them $20,000 for the car. So here's what I do. First of all, I walk around the car, and every little scratch, I just reach out with my finger and I just touch the scratch. I touch a dent. I touch anything. I don't say anything because they're loaded for bear, and they're waiting for me to say something that'll offend them, and I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to do it yet. In other words, I'm helping you to understand a negotiating tactic. He says, then after I've touched all the places, then I pull out the little blue book, and I do some calculating, and I say, okay, well, I can now understand. I know I'm going to give him more than $15,000 for his car, but I've got to have him hit the ceiling. I've got to have him get angry. He's probably going to start cussing. He might even threaten to hit me, and he might start stopping off. He says, I've got to make him angry because I've got to get him off his $20,000 that I'm not going to be able to give him for his car. He said, so I know I'm about to make him angry, and then I'm going to calm him down because I've got to get him off that $20,000 price list that's in his head. He said, so, well, best I can do is I can give you $15,000 for the car. And sure enough, he hits the ceiling. He explodes. And he cusses and he threatens to stomp off. And he says, and then here's where the kindness has to come in. No, come on, sir, now let's talk about this. So I've got to calm him down. That takes 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Maybe got to get him a cup of coffee, maybe don't. I've got to get him calmed down. And then after he calms down and he comes off of the realization and the demand that he's got to have $20,000 for that car, he said, then we can start talking. And he says, we wind up with some figure that he can live with and some figure that I can live with. And he says, and that's my job. I've been doing it for a lot of years and I'll be doing it for the rest of my life. Now, let me explain what he's doing, Donald Trump, what he's doing with Panama Canal and Greenland. Okay, so he's barely in office. Matter of fact, I think he wasn't even in office yet. And he says, well, we got to have the Panama Canal back. You know, we gave it away for $1, shouldn't have done that. And now China's running it. And of course, the whole world hits the ceiling. What? Russia, I'll show you. Russia, what? They hit the ceiling. Same thing he does with Greenland. We need to get Greenland. We need to buy it. Okay, you know, it's not. We need it for strategic security reasons. Okay. And the whole world, they hit the ceiling. What? You can't have Panama Canal. You can't have Greenland. That's exactly what Donald Trump wants them to do. And then he's going to give them a few days to a few weeks, maybe even a few months, just like in trying to calm the guy down about his car. So they get the guy to calm down. And so Trump's got to let the world kind of calm down. And then probably what he'll do, he's probably not going to take over the Panama Canal. He's probably not going to make Canada the 51st state. He's probably not going to demand that we be given and militarily take over Greenland. All of that is you got to let the guy hit the ceiling. He's got to come off his $20,000. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. He's not serious about it. But the world doesn't know that. But he can't let the world know that he's not serious. That's the reason in the interview when one of the reporters said, well, are you willing to commit to not using any military? He said, no. In other words, same thing is if you don't pay your 2% to NATO, then we're not going to protect you. Of course, then here comes the 2% in from many of the countries paying NATO. He can't remove the bluff. So he's not going to remove the bluff. So where are we going? I don't know, but once the whole world, right now China's furious because they're thinking they're going to lose control of the Panama Canal, and I don't know. Right now, Greenland, is happy, part of the world is not happy. Same thing with Canada. But at the end of the day, and that's the reason he comes out and he says, well, I'm going to put 25% tariff on Mexico and on Canada, and we got to do something about Europe, okay? Because he's saying, I'm not going to give you $20,000 for your car. I can't give you the $20,000. So he's saying, I got to give you $15,000. Once they hit the ceiling and they calm down, then something reasonable will happen with the Panama Canal, Greenland, and Canada and Mexico, and he's going to level the playing field. And that's what's really going on with him. All right, let's go on. Now there's more. I'm about to show you proof that he's already authorized the money to start building up Gitmo. Well, why? See, okay, what is Gitmo? It's a holding facility where they can take people someplace where they don't want to give them the right to remain silent, where they can be waterboarded, they can be beaten, they can be kept without, right to go have an attorney. In other words, it's a place where really, really bad people can be taken that should not have the rights of an American citizen that's supposed to be a Christian. Okay, so sometimes you got to treat bad people really, really bad, and that's what Gitmo is all about. So here, this article now, this is talking about Russia, and it's going to basically say, you can't have Panama Canal. This is Russia getting mad about the Panama Canal, and Trump knows it. He's just got to let them calm down so that they can come up with something that's reasonable. Okay, that's what he's doing. This is good negotiating tactics. And Russia should know that. Canada and Mexico should know that. Panama and Greenland, they should know that, but they don't understand that. So I'm, filling in the blanks. The article says, Russia sounds off on Trump's threat to retake Panama Canal. Trump said at his inaugural address, okay, that's big, inaugural address, that the U.S. would take the Panama Canal back. I don't think he wants to take it back. It probably would require a war with China and military and some blood on both sides to be shed. He just wants a fair shake on Panama Canal. Panama Canal, the nation of Panama is on their knees begging for America to come in with some billions of dollars to do some repairs and upgrades on Panama Canal. He don't have to own it. He just wants back control and wants them to, again, it's doing, so I'll let you read it. He expects Trump will respect the current international legal regime of the canal has laid out. And so this is Russia saying, wait a minute. We've made all of these agreements. Panama's made all these agreements. And here they are with the UN. And you just can't do this. You can't do this. And so this is Russia. You can read it if you want to. This is Russia hitting the ceiling. But after they calm down, which probably will take, I don't think it'll happen a couple of weeks, probably a couple of months, then without the bright lights of the media in the room and him sending his negotiators, they'll come up with something that's good for America. America first. So that's where we're really going with this. Now, there's one thing that concerns me about Panama. Do you remember that Dmitry was told, I want you to look at the word Central America here. The fall of America will start with an internal revolution. My opinion, that's not in the next year or two. Could be, but it's not. Start with an internal revolution in America started by the communists. Now, this is probably the start of the internal revolution where it says here. Some of the people start fighting against the government. That's the people that have been let in our borders, that the Dems let in on purpose, that are going to blow up things and shoot people and stab people. And it's like we've now been put in the same situation Israel is in because their enemies live among them. Now our enemies live among us thanks to Biden and the people behind Biden. But now here's my point. The government would be busy with internal problems. Then from the oceans, Russia, Cuba, Nicaragua, Central America. The part of the whole Panama Canal thing that concerns me is this whole thing over the Panama Canal could be making the Central American countries angry enough to where they will join Russia, as the prophecy says, to come down and to attack America. As you recall, I've been to Honduras twice. And so I've talked to a lot of the Honduran pastors. And I didn't even get off the plane until I had people warning me, don't say Donald Trump down here. Don't let anybody down here know you like Donald Trump. Why? Because they don't like Donald Trump because he doesn't want immigrants to come in. So there's a big push down here not to like Donald Trump, not to like the United States. Well, what do they want? It says, well, they prefer communism. What? I'm just letting you know, this whole incident over the Panama Canal could blow up in our face. It could come back to be something really, really bad. And I didn't even get to my next topic, perhaps the next program. As you recall, this past Saturday, November the 9th, the Lord spoke to me 2 words screaming at me loud like a trumpet. Medical, medical. I take that to mean that not only myself, but also those that follow Prophecy Club, in addition to all of the other preparations we've made, we need to start making medical preparations. And I put that out, and I was deluged with emails sending me to this place. This is the place that all of you seem to like when it comes to medical supplies. So I called them, hooked up, and I've arranged to get you a 5% discount when you use the promo code PROPHECY. Promo code PROPHECY, 5% discount, and it's refugemedical.com. refugemedical.com. And as you can see, they have all kinds of, here's one of the main things you need to get. It's called a burn bucket. This tells you all about it. They also have a business bundle, a home bundle. I think everybody ought to have at least a home bundle. They also have vehicle bundles, church bundles. So they already put this stuff together, and this is not foreign-made stuff. This is all American-made, and it's by a Christian company. And you go to refugemedical.com. refugemedical.com. We've got a new sponsor. It's sat123.com. sat123.com. I'm amazed at what this company offers. They got satellite phones. They've got Wi-Fi hotspots where you can have internet any place. So suitcase nukes go off in your city. If you don't have to worry about that, you still have electricity. It can go right up and connect to a satellite. They also have marine satellite internet. They also have satellite radios so that you can talk back and forth, even though, in other words, it's not a phone, it's a radio, but it's satellite. So go check it out, satellite123.com. And if you use the promo code PROPHECY, there are several different kinds of discounts in it.